Welcome to Get in the Ring with DJ D Coops and Beast Mike on the Social Suplex Podcast Network. It's been a while since I said, yes it is. It's time to get in the ring with DJ D Coops and my co-host, Beast Mike.
Yes.
I've had Stephen Blywer on the show. I've had other people on the show, but I haven't had Beast Mike on the show because, well, coronavirus.
Yeah,
well,
no,
I
unfortunate.
haven't been really inspired to do a show because Empty Arena Wrestling sucks.
Empty Arena Wrestling has not been good. It has not been. It's obviously the energy and the attention has been missing. It's just been missing. Like we've missed crowds. We've missed crowds for signature things like obviously WrestleMania, like Double or Nothing. Okay, had wrestlers, but in the stands, but it wasn't the same as a full arena. Becky Lynch's pregnancy, it would have the crowd would have been outstanding for that. Even like some of the cinematography stuff that they've done, both companies have done over the last few weeks, would have been better with the crowds. So we've missed so much. Not having an audience in buildings, and at least WWE is trying to put. They've gone the AEW route and put some of their wrestlers and talent and personnel in the buildings for just for some noise. So at least there's that. So it's a little bit better, but it's still not the same.
Still not the same, but at least they learned a lesson from the AEW.
Yes. Well, I like that. Yeah, I like this. Both companies are kind of learning from each other, see what works, and then putting their own spin on it, and then trying to get better because of competition. I like that. I'm okay with that.
It's going to be weird when New Japan comes back in the arena, which is going to be soon because Japan lifted their state of emergency, and that's when New Japan said they'll come. They're going to come back.
That's a good sign.
And oh my God, I'm just looking forward to that because. And then Japan said anything under 1,000 could be run.
Okay.
Sort of starting in July.
That's been a lot of the stuff. That's a lot of the stateside have been kind of going around like earlier today, Texas said. Crowds over 25,000 at sporting events are fair game. So if everything wanted to go to Texas, either company or any of the three companies could do it, and still have 25K or less. A lot of people are having a lot of states are saying it's cool to have like sporting events and things like that in the United States here. Like New York's giving the okay for some sports. Pennsylvania's giving the okay for some sports. Florida's pretty much been the first state to do it. They've been pretty fair game about it. So a lot of things are starting to come back to normal. Yep. A lot of things are starting to come back to some normalcy.
I thought Jersey was the most shocking one.
Yeah, I didn't think Jersey would do this so soon. I don't think Jersey or New York would be so soon about trying to lifting some of.
And after what happened in Pennsylvania earlier yesterday, with the House of Representatives. Ooh.
That rant.
I watched that video. Oh my God! That state representative was fiery.
He did not hold back. Yes, it's national news now for those who haven't seen it.
National news.
Yeah, legit national news now. Because he went off for like 10 minutes and he spazzed and he was in the right. He was absolutely right to do so.
He was absolutely right. Yeah.
He went hard in the paint. I watched it early this morning. Like wow, like it was scathing. It was absolutely scathing.
I shared that on my Facebook page. For any of you guys that want to watch that, so we're both from Pennsylvania, so we're very much well aware of that. But enough about politics and
Before we get to down the wrestling business, we gotta share some condolences, unfortunately, to some people who have passed away since we last been on. First and foremost, let's see, we got Shad Gaspard, who passed away.
Shad Gaspard, yep.
Who you may remember him from Crime Time. I know I do. I love them in the late 2000s. With him and JTG as a crew, they were funny together. They were a really funny tag team together. Street Profits, you could argue, are maybe like kind of reincarnated in a different light of it, I would say. But yeah, Crime Time was a really funny group, a really good group for several years. And he passed away. Shad passed away. He drowned, trying to save his son from drowning. So obviously, our condolences to him. There's somebody that's near and dear that kind of helps this show. You probably never knew it. That it helps with a lot of ratings that D Kooks likes to reference. Let's just talk about
Larry Csonka, yeah. And it's been of the various wrestling communities here. Larry Csonka was of 411 Mania. He passed away same day as Shad Gaspard. So it was such a double whammy.
Yeah.
Get that news. Right. And then Larry.
So I think how did he pass? Like, was it like a sudden passing for him? Or?
It was sort of like a It was sort of a health issue, a medical issue.
Okay.
Yeah, he was good people. You never want to see anybody die young, of course.
Right.
And it just sucks.
And then of course
kids too, so. And I would always use Csonka's reviews for the TV shows, especially. Especially for the TV shows, because dude had work ethic
to the max. To the max.
He watched everything.
Yeah,
dude watched everything.
Yeah, he was. It's clear, and he put a lot of effort and he put a lot of work into everything he did. And I thought that's something to absolutely take away from Larry Csonka, who. He was in the lab. He was in the lab constantly, just putting out content and doing really good work. And he obviously had his nose to the ground, his ear to the streets, if you will, in the world of wrestling. Like he knew his stuff. So that one hit hard.
Yeah, and his reviews were more meat and potatoes reviews. Tells you what went on in the matches and his opinion, which people respected.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't go after anybody. Didn't start reviews with. He didn't have this like shocking sort of style.
He wasn't a hot take guy. It didn't sound like he was a hot.
Wasn't a hot take guy.
Right.
He was just meat and potatoes. Told you what he liked. Told you what he didn't like.
And kept it moving.
And he supported other guys too. So supported guys like Voices of Wrestling. So Larry. Rest easy, man.
Yep.
We love you. And then Hana Kimura.
That was a stunner.
22.
Yeah.
22. Ah.
That one. I think that one may have. I mean, we can I think we were kind of coming to grips with Shad's situation and kind of thinking like,
And
okay,
Csonka too.
And Csonka's like, okay, we can see that coming. It's unfortunate, but yeah, we can see the writing on
He
the
had
wall
his
there.
leg amputated like last year.
Okay, like we can kind of see those coming, but this one was
Suicide.
rough. This one was rough. Yeah, this one was rough for everybody, and it had wrestlers from. It didn't matter what company, like all forms of company, all forms of wrestling life, and like it all came together to kind of stay. And absolutely, bullying is not a good look. She was bullied online, unfortunately, and yeah, it got to the point where she took her own life. And what sucks is that she already did so much in wrestling. She was at Wrestle Kingdom.
She was at Wrestle Kingdom earlier this year.
Right.
Sort of led to her demise because somebody from her, she was on this reality show.
Okay.
And basically the incident that sort of led, she slapped somebody because somebody shrunk her ring attire that she was going to wear at Wrestle Kingdom.
Okay.
And she got death threats and stuff like that because she slapped a popular person from this reality show.
So all started because she took a stand. I see.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it got so many. It got remarks from so many people. I saw like Shayna Baszler had some remarks. I saw like some of her contemporaries that used to wrestle in Japan, like Asuka and Kairi Sane, and Io Shirai had some remarks about her online. And it's word traveled fast. Shayna Baszler had some. I said Shayna, but like Renee Young or Sonya Deville. So many contemporaries. Charlotte came out with a message. So many people came out and showed love and support.
And then Alexa Bliss got into a situation with
Alexa. Yeah, that was foul. What happened with Alexa? I saw that too, and a lot of people came to her defense. Like Nikki came to her defense. Nikki Cross and some of the other Braun came to her defense. Like so many people in WWE, a Big Show, like wish she could be in a room with dude, to just have a physical word with him, I guess. But so it's been a lot of drama that's going on since obviously we've been on these airwaves. So our condolences to those families affected, to not just coronavirus, but the three passings that we just mentioned, and everyone and also the passing obviously happened in Minneapolis. So everyone everyone just chill out.
And everyone just chill out with all the cop killings and all the citizen killings too, please.
Like it's not worth. And the people who were and George Floyd is obviously what I'm referring to. It's not worth destroying the Target in Minneapolis.
We're making some real statements here tonight, people.
100%. Yeah, I think it has to be said. So obviously our condolences to George Floyd as well. He didn't deserve that. What happened to him?
No,
and it was really dumb what happened in Minneapolis with the looting. All right, let's. I think we've
made enough statements.
Yeah, I think we did. I think we did enough.
Let's talk some wrestling.
I think we did
Double or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, let's not be serious. Let's not be serious for a few moments. Lance Storm challenge, and let's go to the Double or Nothing, and let's get down to business here. It was good. This pay-per-view was good. This was a good pay-per-view from start to finish in Jacksonville. I liked it. I was a fan of it.
Yeah, it started off with the Best Friends defeating the Private Party.
Yep, match lasted 15 and change. This tag match determined the #1 contendership for Hangman and Kenny Omega's AEW World Tag Team Championships.
I thought this match was pretty good. Good opener, good way to set the tone.
Right.
I thought it was easy to pick the Best Friends as the winner.
Yes. They've been pretty solid this year. They've had a lot of good success.
And they're the only tag team that's consistently there, so.
Right.
I gave it 3 flat.
Yeah, solid opener. I don't think it didn't go too long. Just a good way to get the doors open.
Yeah, it's just good, solid opener.
Now we get to the ladder match with Darby Allin, Colt Cabana, Orange Cassidy, Joey Janela, Scorpio Sky, Kip Saban, Jimmy, obviously, so several people at ringside, and then the debut of Brian Cage, as Taz kind of did double duty as he was on commentary, and also came down to the ringside area towards the very end of the match. But this ladder match had a lot of good spots. It was pretty wild. The winner of this match got an AEW World Championship. Is going to get an AEW World Championship match. Darby Allin's spot with the skateboard was wild. We had several other crazy spots. Darby Allin is a madman, by the way.
Dave hasn't written the Observer yet. I don't even know what his rating is on it.
Darby Allin is a straight up madman for the stuff he's doing right now. And Darby, I love what you're doing. I love the whole skateboard thing. I obviously love Tony Hawk coming back and doing video games. But Darby, please don't kill yourself on some of these things that you're doing. That move up the ladder with the skateboard was just, wow.
I thought this ladder match was a little disjointed at times. I thought there was just too much going on at some points. I thought when there were like 10 people in the ring at once, I was like, "Come on, guys!"
Yeah,
doing.
Okay, I can see that.
Like when Marco stunts in the ring, I'm like, "Come the fuck on, guys! we're fucking around way too much."
I get it. Okay, Marco's gonna help out his boys. I get that. He's gonna help out Luchasaurus. But yeah, there's a lot that was
like when we're
right?
getting Penelope Ford in there and stunt. It's like, and then Brian Cage is selling for half the match.
Mm-hmm.
When you want him to look like Dominant Guy, it's like,
yep.
It's like I don't know. They rectified that on Dynamite, but I want him shot out of the cannon here.
For this pay-per-view, you think he should have Cage should have like an unstoppable killing machine?
He just destroyed people, yeah.
Pretty much like he did at the end of the match when he tried to throw Darby Allin basically to Tampa Bay or something.
Yes.
Which is what I pitched to you afterward, saying like, okay, how do you build Brian Cage for all out? And I think it's simple. Right. You have him be an unstoppable killing machine. You have him lay waste to everybody in front of him until he challenges the AEW World Champion, and then let's see what he has on the main event stage. So that I think it's simple to me.
Darby doesn't lose anything by losing matches.
No, he doesn't.
People don't lose anything in AEW by losing. People have this WWE brain rot going on. Like, people lose stuff by losing all the time. Blah, 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 blah.
I can think of one person who may, but that's later on in the show. I get what you're saying. Like a lot of people don't really lose steam in AEW when they lose matches. I totally get it. Yes, that part I totally get.
I think I know where you're going with it. But
we'll get there. We'll get there to a little bit.
Is it in the Stampede match?
It is not. There's one person who's becoming a star, and he was in the Stampede match. I'll get to him later, as well. Let's see. So next up,
I sort of think, MJF beats Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy can lose all of his matches. I don't care.
Jungle Boy's really good. Oh man, Jungle Boy really did kind of show out. Jungle Boy's match. It really was. Jungle Boy really showed out. He really absolutely showed out his first solo stage, I would say, in AEW since the Jericho match. His first one on a pay-per-view, definitely. And yeah, he really showed out. This is good. MJF played his role really well. I really, especially towards the end of that match.
And I thought this stage in Jungle Boy's career, he can lose as many matches as he could possibly can until he can be built up to win one a major match. Mm-hmm. He can win some like mid card matches, but to like guys like MJF and stuff like that, he can lose to like guys like MJF, Cody, stuff like that, Jericho.
Yeah. The established guys.
The established guys, all he wants, it doesn't hurt him one bit, as long as he looks competitive.
Right, and he said he looked more than that a lot of points in this match. There were points where he looked like he should have won, and Ultimately, MJF gets the win on a roll-up, but this was a very competitive match, and MJF had to escape.
4 stars flat.
Yeah, I can see that.
Are you going to say AEW Lance Archer hurt by losing?
No, Lance Archer's not the guy I was thinking of. And I think what the Tyson gift right out the gate, I thought was great. The choke slam right out the box, I thought was great. And I love some of the stuff towards the end of the match where you got the DDT from Cody and the spine buster from Lance.
I could never see I could live without seeing another manager throw out spot again.
I can live with that. I'm cool. I would have rather seen Jake the Snake and Arn kind of throw hands as opposed to them being thrown out. I'd rather them just throw hands and just.
But
brawl.
You can't do that with.
But I get why. I get why you can't.
Yeah, why you don't do that in this climate?
Right. No, I get it. I get it. It would have in a normal situation. That's probably.
It was an overbooked mess.
It was too much. I think
I just thought they tried to slow it down in a match that needed a quicker pace.
It didn't need methodical, and I think that's the route that Jake the Snake and Double A kind of go with. And I think that's the route that Lance Archer kind of goes with. And Cody Cody they do go at a slower pace. It probably did need some speed. I can see that. Like if either guy faced the speed guy, I think it would have been a little bit better. It wasn't a terrible match. It told a pretty good story. But Cody wins. I think Cody was a fine person to win the title first. I think Cody will be a fine champion and will defend it pretty well.
I had no doubt Cody was winning this match.
Yeah.
And Archer was just nothing.
Yes. Let's see. We got Statlander beating Penelope Ford.
This was better than I expected because
I didn't. Yeah.
Penelope Ford sort of stinks, but
she's okay. She's not on the level of Statlander, but she's okay. So I think in time,
Statlander is she's sort of green.
But Statlander seems more adept to the wrestling world than Penelope does. I think give them both 6 months, they'll both be so much better. Like if they ran this back in January of next year, I think they would be so much better.
I could see that. But the problem with AEW is they don't get enough reps because they don't have house shows.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can totally see that.
That's the problem with Private Party too.
They're so good when you see them. There's so much skill with those two. They probably could use the more AEW After Dark stuff. Just more time, right? More time, more seasoning. Now to the person I was trying to refer to, and Shawn Spears. And
no, Shawn Spears is just a guy.
He just seems
just a guy. He's the definition of a jag.
There's just no steam.
He's the definition of a jag. I'll tell you which guy I think. If you keep beating him, I'll tell you later on. If you keep beating him and make him into a comedy figure, even though he's very good at it.
I think I know who you're going with too.
And it's in the Stampede match.
Yeah, I know who you're going with too.
He took the fall in the Stampede match.
Yep, yeah, exactly the guy I was thinking of. That I think he's a star if you do it right.
He got star written all over him.
Yep. All right, we're thinking the same guy, but we'll get to him after this.
We'll get to him, but John Spears is just a guy.
There's no steam. Like after he hit Cody with a chair, I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna be hot. He's gonna be a hot heel in AEW. There's just no steam. There's just nothing there.
Obviously, Shawn Spears is just a guy.
Yeah.
He didn't show anything when he didn't take anything from that opportunity.
It looked like he certainly was going to be, if not MJF level of heel, at least the second guy. The second or third guy, because obviously Jericho's amazing. But
level heel.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, exactly. So basically, Dustin literally beat him to the point where he literally beat the clothes off of him, and then beat him in about 5 minutes. Actually, not even that. Beat him in like 3 minutes.
And then AEW Women's Title, best women's match this year.
This was good. Oh, Charlotte Ripley was good, but this probably does beat it. Yeah, this probably does beat it. This was really entertaining from start to finish.
This was better than Becky Shayna.
I agree there. I can agree. I thought Charlotte Ripley's better than Becky Shayna.
Charlotte Ripley. This was better than Charlotte Ripley.
Yeah, Charlotte Ripley was the best women's match up until this point. Slightly better. Even though I like Bianca and Ripley probably just as much as Shayna Becky. But yeah, no, this was really good. This was really, really good from start to finish. And it's had the drama of no DQ match. No count out match, I guess. No disqualification, no count out. Basically a street fight for the women's title.
Oh, 4 stars here.
Yeah, this is highly entertaining.
War.
They used the environment really well.
The shit out of each other.
That's what I'm saying. They used the environment really well. They used weaponry really well. I thought after the power bomb it was over. I was absolutely for sure thinking not let's destroy everyone with that beast bomb. And I'm thinking, okay, it's a wrap. She got it unlocked. She'd have kicked out. I was like, whoa. I think it shook. It shocked me, and it shook Nyla. Absolutely, it was stunning that she kicked out, and then she didn't win with the Shining Wizard. She won with the cane. That cane shot to the head. It looked like she won it from that point on. Nyla was out after that cane shot. But yeah, this is really entertaining from start to finish. I really did enjoy this match.
Jon Moxley defeats Brody Lee. This was fucking entertaining.
This was incredibly entertaining as well. From start to finish, this was also really, really good.
Brody Lee loses nothing either.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, Brody's steam is still on the same level to me. Obviously he'll drop in their rankings. I think he dropped to 3rd.
And they protected Brody Lee too.
They did.
He took 3 paradigm shifts.
One of them through the stage.
And this was the best match on the show, by the way.
And then it took. Basically, Moxley had the rear naked choke him out. Moxley couldn't hit him. He basically put him to sleep with a rear naked choke. And that's how Moxley kept the title. But this was really entertaining. And yeah, absolutely right. They absolutely protected Brody Lee. Yeah, I could agree. I had more fun with the Stadium Stampede, but this was the best pure match of the evening. And now let's get to the Stadium Stampede. There's so many things to unpack. There are so many things to unpack with this match. First off, I think
it's not really a match. It's a wrestling segment.
Pretty much, yeah. There just happens to be referees.
But it's an entertaining-ass segment.
It really was. It certainly was. I think we should both get it out of the way since we both teased it. Sammy Guevara is absolutely a star to me. And
yeah,
I think
Sammy.
I think it should be like pushed.
I think he's perfect in the role of the pin eater of the inner circle, but don't do it too much.
Have him get some pins as well as delivery.
Yes.
It shouldn't like whenever he teams with Jericho.
There should be a delicate balance.
Right.
Like I don't mind him taking the one winged angel here.
Yeah, really. That one winged angel. Ooh, that landing goes. I didn't think it was that high up. That had to be like 20, 30 feet up.
You see the other angle?
Yeah, I did.
The Elite.
Oh, okay. I didn't see I saw the camera angles they showed like live and then the replays. I didn't see the BD Elite one, but I'll probably look into that one. But ooh, that was ugly. That was ugly. There's so much to unpack with this. First, Hangman Page showing up late. And then started 504, and he shows up via horse, which, of course, Hangman Page does that. That makes a lot of sense. We got the Jags mascot getting the Judas effect from Jericho, which I thought was hilarious. We got Hangman Page. Of course, he went to a bar because Hangman Page. And the stuff he did with Kenny in the bar with Jake Hager, I thought that was all funny. We almost got the golf cart remix with Matt Hardy and Kenny. Almost running down Sammy again.
I was a little concerned with the Hangman Horse thing because I thought we were going to go into like the WWE Cena sort of bullshit. But it actually paid off with Hangman going into getting a drink
Yeah.
And, like it was fucking.
And then, which I thought was the funniest part of the match, other than Jericho giving the juice effect of the Jags mascot, the matter of fact stuff in the pool of reincarnation. I laughed hysterically.
That stuff did not age well once I rewatched it again.
Okay. That was hysterical to me. They kind of went like old school Hardys, and then the Magnitude stuff.
It compromises the universe. All the other shit doesn't compromise the universe, while the pool of reincarnation does. And that's why it doesn't age as well as all the other shit. I popped for it at the time.
Yes, I think everyone did. I think everyone popped for it because they're like, the obviously copyright infringements that you escaped by doing the matter of fact as opposed to the attitude, even though you did all the gestures and whatnot, and the Hardy thing, and how, well, granted, Matt Hardy's kind of done this whole Lincoln reincarnation thing wherever he's gone, so that's perfectly fine. But it was funny. I thought it was pretty funny. So like it's all in all very entertaining. You're right. I think calling it a segment's probably very appropriate because nobody really lost anything in the process of this. But yeah, Sammy Guevara is a star, and I think needs to be treated as such.
But this was actually legitimately funny.
Yes.
With some serious wrestling. We got cool brawling, incredible spots, and moments that were legitimately funny.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike WWE, we don't understand the concept of doing good comedies 9 times out of 10.
They do miss the boat on some comedy stuff, yes. Not in our true stuff, they do miss the boat on a lot of comedy things. They seem to nail it with his comedy stuff, but they don't seem to nail it with a whole lot of other people, which disappoints me. So I just jump into Dynamite and NXT, or how do you want to handle this?
You cover NXT.
Okay. So NXT this past week, as they're getting close to TakeOver in your house. NXT happened last night. It started with a triple threat match to determine the A-block winner of the cruiserweight cruiserweight championship, interim cruiserweight championship, if you will, because obviously the title is still held by Jordan Devlin overseas. He just obviously can't get over here. The show started with Drake Maverick, Kushida, and Jake Atlas triple threat match. And the winner faces Phantasma on Wednesday. A solid match to open it. Obviously, still playing off the story of Drake Maverick's video after him getting released, and then Maverick basically becoming the whole Wolf of Wall Street situation, the Wolf of Wall Street kind of character he's kind of building for himself. If I'm not leaving. Wolf of Wall Street was a really good movie, by the way. But
yes.
But yeah, Drake Maverick, and this finish was really bad. The match itself was fine, but the finish was really, really bad. So Kushida does the armbar, does the cross armbreaker, armbar off the top rope. He's about to make Jake Atlas tap out. Maverick swoops in to get the pin, and Maverick gets the pin. Easy peasy, right? Not so much. Turns out, looking at another camera angle, as they showed it after the break, Atlas tapped out before Maverick got the pin. So really, Kushida should have won. But the referee gave the decision to Maverick, and it'll be Maverick versus Phantasma next week. Maverick already declares if and when he wins, he wants Kushida to be the first opponent, which would be 100% fair because Kushida really should have won. You got Johnny Gargano had kind of a squash match.
Counted my laundry and accidentally put on before realizing it was probably yours.
Gargano had a squash match, won with relative ease, but this really wasn't even about the match. This is really about a promo that he and his wife Candice LeRae were cutting against Keith Lee and his actual girlfriend Mia Yim. This turned out to be a very hilarious promo as Yim and Lee kind of mock the dinners that the Garganos have, and with pizza that Tegan Knox absolutely destroyed on the way to the house, which was totally hilarious. It's leading to several matches between the four. The women will fight this week on NXT. The men will fight at TakeOver in your house for Keith Lee's North American Championship. But it was pretty much a long promo. We got Gonzalez fighting Chelsea Blackheart, and with a little bit of chicanery, Tegan Knox tried to help out Blackheart. Candice LeRae came to try to run interference, and then we got Dakota Kai making the save for Gonzalez. Gonzalez for the finish to finish the deal and get the pin on beating Chelsea Blackheart. So that's kind of how that happened there. Pretty solid stuff there. Another turn of events that happened right after that was Adam Cole with his promo with William Regal, kind of a summit to kind of hash some things out and make a deal. So Cole agreed to fight Velveteen Dream at TakeOver in your house for the title. However, Velveteen, if he loses, can never challenge Adam Cole again for the NXT Championship. So that's the deal. They said is Adam Cole is within a couple of days, he'll actually get to 1 year as NXT champion on Sunday. June 1st last year is when he won the title. He'll get there on Sunday, June 1st, 2020, which will give him a full year as NXT champion. So Adam Cole's had an excellent run and will be champion for a year at least. Ciampa had a squash opponent handle business, and then we got a Caden Cross promo a little bit after that. And then finally, the cage fight that Timothy Thatcher and Matt Riddle had with Kurt Angle as the ref. Thatcher actually lost some teeth during the match. Legitimately fell out of his mouth there. It was kind of a gruesome situation. This match can only be won by submission or tap out because Riddle won in kind of a fluky way, according to Thatcher. Ultimately, Thatcher put Riddle to sleep at the very end to win the match by submission. So TakeOver is pretty set up. Is basically set up. TakeOver in your house. Raquel Gonzalez is the woman's name, by the way, who beat Shotzi Blackheart. Yeah, so TakeOver in your house is pretty set up. Oh, also this one match I did not mention. I didn't mention the women's tag. Charlotte Flair and Chelsea Green defeated Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai. It was a pretty productive tag match. Chelsea Green actually looked pretty solid. Charlotte did her part, did her thing. Rhea and Io had a little bit of miscommunication, which led to Charlotte kind of stealing a win against Io. So TakeOver in your house is pretty set. We've got, for the tag titles, we've got Odie Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Imperium, Stevie Eichner and Marcel Bartel. Both teams cut good promos this week. We got Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. We're going to have, for North American Championship, as I mentioned earlier, Keith Lee versus Johnny Gargano. We're going to have the Triple Threat Women's title match between Charlotte, Io, and Rhea Ripley. Caden Cross versus Tommaso Ciampa, and your main event is going to be Cole versus Velveteen Dream for the NXT Championship. That's your look at NXT.
And that's going to be the first one at Full Sales and take over the end.
Yes it is.
And
how about that?
Full Sale fans.
How about that?
No,
we can't even count TakeOver Tampa Bay because they pre-taped everything, so we can't even count TakeOver Tampa Bay. That's one, and even then it happened at the PC.
So Dynamite. Am I supposed to do this?
I thought that's where we were going with this.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, we can kind of run through it together.
Yeah, we ran the.
So we got.
They sort of did an opening segment, opening run through of the show. They recapped the Double or Nothing, what transpired. They had some boxes with the shirts, and they had more than a few boxes. And they said that they are the Stadium Stampede champions, the Inner Circle, and you know how the Inner Circle are.
Yep.
Jared brings up the pep rally tonight, as well as the interview that Tony is going to have with the new TNT champion, Cody Rhodes. Basically laying out the show. Matt speaks with the Young Bucks and Kenny and Paige. Matt tries to cut the promo Matt Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
Omega follows, tries to finish a statement. Matt tries to put for a different version now. Matt comes back as Matt Hardy version 1. Matt leaves, and we come back to Cruiserweight Matt Hardy, who wants to do some flips for match 1. Young Bucks and Matt Hardy versus Private Party and Joey Janela. Good match here.
Yes.
Good match.
Ultimately, it was Hardy and the Bucks of Youth getting it done. A lot of good stuff by all six people involved here. So it's a really quality way to start the show.
Yes.
Really, but that was only part of the story, because we got the debut of FTR.
Yes, the Butcher and the Blade attack.
Mm-hmm.
They're called FTR. They pull up in a truck. They stare down they attack the Butcher and the Blade, and they go straight at the Young Bucks. They hit them with a pile driver. They hit their moves, the Shatter Machine, blah blah blah.
Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood basically making their presence felt in the tag team division. And it seemed like it's only a matter of time before they fight SCU, as they kind of called them out on Twitter. Like they kind of sort of like respectfully called them out. Like, we want to battle you guys, and I think that would be a dope match. So
Brian Cage and Lee
looking
Johnson.
Nice.
Cage hits a drill call. Lee Johnson dies in 107.
This is so far a good start to the idea that I came up with after Brian Cage's match, the ladder match. Start building him up and laying waste to everybody in front of him. Had Taz talk for him, even though Brian Cage can talk. Have Taz do a lot of the talking, and just keep building him up to be a monster. It's a perfect.
Britt Baker's going to return that All Out.
Baker's promo was great. Again, keep Britt Baker in front of a microphone. She is outstanding in said role.
Yes, role model. The back of her wheelchair says role model.
It absolutely did. I'm sorry.
ROLL model.
Yes, that was good. That was quality. And then all the pictures of all the people involved that she blames for her injury. And
Jericho tells a fat ass to shut its ass. That was funny.
Yep.
Chrissy James versus Hikaru Shida. Good little match here. Shida grabs the Falcon Arrow for the 3. Good little match to get Shida some shine.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Cody cut a promo.
Cody's promo's pretty good, and it's just an open challenge. Say he's gonna basically treat it like Cena did the U.S. Championship, which all right, perfectly cool.
Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc defeat SCU.
A little bit of surprise there, considering SCU has been such a team for a while, but it's a little bit of a surprise. But I like it. Establishing more teams.
Battle Royal. Jungle Boy wins the Battle Royal.
Now this is going to be a good match. We just talked about this not too long ago with Jungle Boy facing some of the top tier guys, and I think Cody will make him look outstanding in this upcoming match they're going to have one-on-one. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
And then the Inner Circle pep rally. It was great.
Oh, Inner Circle doing Inner Circle things. And obviously culminating with Mike Tyson and his crew coming out to have a word with Jericho. Yep.
Sammy got a trophy of got Jericho a trophy says King of Dad Jokes.
Jake Hager read some poetry. Got participation trophies.
Jericho also got a photo of Mark Anthony.
Nice.
Jericho got Sammy a scooter called the Hit Me Up Mobile.
After the devastating one winged angel he took at the end of the Stadium Series segment or match, yeah, that seems about right. And then things picked up when Mike Tyson showed up. Now, Jericho and Tyson have obviously had a little bit of history. Back in 2010, back when Jericho's show was a thing, and they were coming after DX, and they were fighting DX for the tag titles. There was a Raw where Jericho and Tyson were the last people in the ring.
When Mike Tyson was a host.
Yep, and when Tyson was a host, and Jericho and Tyson were the last people in the ring, and Tyson delivered that NyQuil to Chris Jericho. Jericho clearly does not forget or forgive such a thing, and clearly he wants heat with Tyson. So they basically kind of revisited the Tyson and Austin thing. You remember from 98, early 98, where Tyson and Austin shove each other, and it turns into a full-scale war, and WWE doesn't look back when it comes to WCW. And they kind of went this route here with Jericho and Tyson having a full-scale shoving match and brawl before things got heated. They didn't really do too much, but things got heated between them and took the whole locker room to separate them. So this was done. It seemed like this was kind of a revisiting of that.
Homage.
An homage of that. Yeah, we can go with that. An homage of that. As the two legends in their respective fields almost came to blows. This screams something happening at All Out between the two of them. That's what this screams to me. And I think
probably gonna get FTR versus the Bucks.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, they'll probably build it up FTR versus Bucks. I think it's too early for FTR to have the titles, so I can see them battling at All Out. I think they will go Mox and Cage for the main title.
No, Mox and Cage is gonna have I believe Fighter Fest.
Oh, that's right. There is Fighter Fest before then. That's right. Fighter Fest is before All Out. Yeah. Okay, yeah, they could do it. They could do it there. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's right. They can do it there. I totally skip right over Fighter Fest. That's their next pay-per-view. Yeah, so yeah, they can totally do that there. Still, build them up to be in a.
And the ratings were up significantly this week.
AEW beating NXT by I think 110,000 viewers. I think they beat them.
But that's not really where the ratings mattered. Dynamite finished fourth in cable with a .32 rating in the 18 to 49, while NXT finished. Where did NXT finish? .19. In 24th in the demo. The demo numbers really matter.
AEW continuing to dominate in terms of the. I don't think have they really lost one yet? Since they
lost 1 week.
Yeah, okay. AEW's basically dominated the ratings wars since their
AEW won every demo except for 50, plus doubling NXT in the 18 to 34 demo, and almost tripling them in 12 to 34. The best demo for Dynamite was men 18 to 49, where the show was second in cable with a .40 rating compared to NXT's .23. And the females 12 to 34, NXT was .04.
Okay.
In the 12 to 34 female demographic.
So it's a
AEW
continues to do the thing.
.32 rating was the highest since the coronavirus pandemic began.
Obviously picking up, continuing to keep the momentum from the Double or Nothing show. So
yeah,
that's a good work on AEW's part.
Yes.
So that's really looking at where both shows stand right now. So it's some positives to take away from both parts of the Wednesday Night War. AEW clearly has a lot of momentum from the Stadium Stampede and from the Tyson stuff. And they're clearly building that up. Moxley's holding it down with the championship. He's doing a pretty good job with it. So, and obviously FTR's debut is very solid. Meanwhile, NXT, you have some Charlotte things which aren't too bad. The Keith Lee, honestly, to me, the best thing right now in NXT probably is the Keith Lee, Mia Yim, and then the Gargano family situation that's going on right now, which I think is fine. Personally, I think the best thing WWE's got going is Seth Rollins on Raw, and Seth Rollins and his crew, which I find that's Rollins and his crew are just really putting it down and putting in work right now. But I think that's the best thing WWE's got going on is Rollins and his Messiah stuff. But so far, it's good stuff. So far, things are at least picking up as fans and people are starting to come back to buildings, which is good. It's good stuff there. Anything else you want to cover?
No, not really.
All right, yep. I guess I'll do my plug here. Twitter.com/BeastMike is where you can find me. I've been constantly on the Twitter, so I'm on Twitter actually right now looking up stuff. Apparently somebody had a video of Deontay Wilder knocking somebody out in minute 37, which that makes me. There's some NyQuil involved. Actually, 2 minutes and 17 seconds, which that's some good stuff there. Somebody going to sleep. That's always quality. Wilder's gonna fall back and not fight. Be the next one to fight Tyson Fury. Apparently, Anthony Joshua is gonna get a shot at Fury, which I'm all for. But yes, Twitter.com/BeastMike. I'm very happy the NHL's on its way back, and it seems like the NBA is coming with it. Baseball, give the program boys. But the NHL is coming back definitely. And the NBA looks like it's pretty close to coming back, so I'm okay with that too. So hopefully everyone can come back, and then we can get some sports back in the building. The golf stuff was good, and then NASCAR
that golf
was pretty solid.
Was really good.
Yep, that was really good. Last Dance was a hit. Last Dance was a classic. If you haven't seen Last Dance, I advise you to do so. It was incredible television for 5 weeks, and the Lance Armstrong thing wasn't too bad. If you didn't see that, you should. So. Twitter.com/BeastMike. Obviously, we'll be reacting to all these things and more. I like that the Premier League's coming back in 2 weeks. June 17th, Premier League's coming back. So I'm good with that too. So we're starting to get some stuff back, which is good.
Yeah. Twitter.com/DJDCooks. Nothing much in the pipe hole. I'm going to be recording with Stephen Blyler coming up. On Saturday, we're going to record our series, watching matches and stuff like that, which is always fun to do that with my cousin Steven.
Okay.
And those shows are always fun, Always good to rewatch some matches. And yeah. Nothing else in the pipe hole. I'm going to keep that series going for a little bit.
All right.
But, yeah, Jeremy told us to just keep it low-key for a little while because we're not really that enfranchised with wrestling,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. It's a slower time right now.
Slower. We're not voices of wrestling, for God's sake. We don't have to cover everything.
All right.
We're BeastMike to the DJD Cooks saying so long.